Welcome to the Open Forum in the Villages, Florida podcast. In this show, we talk to leaders in the community, leaders of clubs, and interesting folks who live here in the Villages, to give perspectives of what is happening here in the Villages. We hope to add a new episode most Fridays at 9 a.m. We are a listener-supported podcast. You can become a supporter for as little as $3 per month, or you can choose to pay more. To become a supporter, go to openforuminthevillages.com and click on support in the black box. There will be shoutouts for supporters in episodes. In Season 4, we have made some dramatic improvements and changes. First is a clarification of the podcast's title. It is Open Forum in the Villages, Florida, to make clear that this is a regional show, independently produced for folks who live in Central Florida and the Villages areas. Second is a dramatic increase in the use of AI in the creation of each episode. In fact, the show's announcers are now all AI voices, including me, Emily. Hope you enjoy.
This is Mike Roth on Open Forum in the Villages. I wanted to take a little bit of time in this transitional episode to tell our listeners a little bit about what's going to be happening in Season 5. In Season 5, we're going to have some really interesting guests, as usual. We're going to have some strange topics, as usual. And we're going to have some changes. We're going to be adding more AI, and we have changed our logo. Some of you may have noticed I've gone to a more of a villagey drawing of microphone. It says Open Forum in the Villages. And so we were in December of 2023, we're adopting this new logo, which itself was generated by an AI. We're also going to be recording the episodes starting in mid-December with a different mixer. We're going to be using a 4-channel recording device, which will replace the existing mixer. This should result in higher quality and more consistency between the two speakers. We'll actually be releasing most of the episodes in stereo. Yes, one speaker on the left and one speaker on the right. We'll also be introducing new technology to do phone recordings. So when a guest who is valuable can't make it into the studio, we can do the recording from a cell telephone. Recording from cell telephones is naturally going to be of a slightly lower quality, but it will allow me to reach guests who can't take the time to come out here to the studio. At the end of January, I'll be attending the PodFest convention in Orlando, and my head is going to get filled with all kinds of new ideas, some of which I'm going to teach in the Enrichment Academy course in early February for 3 weeks. There's still time to sign up for that. Go out to the enrichmentacademy.org and sign up for the Under Technology Podcasting 101 course. For villagers, I think it's $60 and $20 for the work. The workbook has to be paid for in cash on the first day of class. For those of you who are interested in seeing me and my improv club perform live, we have a performance coming up on December 10th, the Joke Joint in Summerfield. That's run by a fellow named Alex Soto. It's a small 80-seat house. We'll have someplace between 6 and 10 of our players, our best players, up there doing improv and probably with a little bit of music provided by Wayne Richards. Additionally, in February, on February 4th, we're having the first large public show at the Rohan Auditorium. Tickets for that event should be for sale any day now, and you can check on the Improv Club website, which is thevillagesimprov.com. And at the top of it, it will have a link to the February 4th show. February 4th show is going to be called Comedy Tonight. It will include stand-up comedy, improv comedy, a little bit of musical satire, a lot of audience participation, and a lot of laughter. Some people would say you're going to be rolling on the floor laughing, or your face might hurt from all the laughter. At the Joke Joint, the show cost is $20 as a cover charge for the evening show, and you get 2 non-alcoholic beverages plus a Cuban dinner. I think it's $22.50. The best way I can tell you to think about it is it's a cover charge for the entertainment, and the dinner is free. That's the way Alex likes to put it. The show will consist of Alex doing a 10-minute warm-up. Usually he has another comedian before the main act, and our improv club is the main act. The funds that we raised for these public performances are donated to our scholarship fund. We support Villages High School and their performing arts students on further education by giving each student that wins the scholarship $1,000 towards their further education. This will be the 3rd year. If you're interested in finding out more about the Improvisational Theater Club, or theater clubs as we call them, we meet the first 4 Mondays of the month from 6:30 to 8:20. At 8:30, most of us go over to Paisano's restaurant and have something to eat or drink. So there's a little bit of socialization. We have a lot of fun. You don't need to know anything about improv. You just have to know that You won't have to memorize lines. You can be yourself. And yes, you will have fun, even if you just sit in the audience. And now I'd like to ask Dr. Craig Curtis to give us his weekly Alzheimer's tip.
Dr. Curtis, in past tips, you've told our listeners to walk is a good exercise 5 days a week. Is there any other exercise that they can do which will be beneficial to their brains, which is not going to be terribly exerting or can be accomplished by people who have weak hip joints or weak knee joints or shoulder joints?
Absolutely. Any type of exercise, what we call moderate exercise, can help brain health, such as a stationary bicycle. Mm-hmm. Simply pedaling a stationary bicycle, it's very low stress on the joints. It's very good for your heart and very good for your brain.
With over 20 years of experience studying brain health, Dr. Curtis's goal is to educate the Villages community on how to live a longer, healthier life. To learn more, visit his website, craigcurtismd.com, or call 352-500-5252 to attend a free seminar.
Thanks for listening.
Remember, our next episode will be released next Friday at 9 a.m. Should you want to become a major supporter of the show or have questions, please contact us at mike@rothvoice.com. This is a shout out for supporters Tweet Coleman, Dan Capellan, Ed Williams, Alvin Stenzel, and major supporter Dr. Craig Curtis at K2 in the Villages. We will be hearing more from Dr. Curtis with short Alzheimer's tips each week. If you know someone who should be on the show, contact us at mike@rothvoice.com. We thank everyone for listening to the show. The content of the show is copyrighted by Roth Voice 2023, all rights reserved.